not anybody's watching, and then I'll start anything. There's a viewer count, and so far it says 0, which is normal. Totally normal. Usually there's a couple minutes of leeway. There's somebody. And this arranged here. Oh, what did I do? All right. So, welcome to Jen's Awesome Show. I am here tonight with Devyn and Vanessa, who are working with Bullshipples Inc. in the Uplift. And I have a bunch of questions. So let's get started. I picked goofy icebreaker question. I have on the Facebook, somebody said, nobody ever asks adults what their favorite dinosaurs are. So here I am. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Ooh, I forgot which one I was telling you about.
I don't know. So I can tell you mine.
Okay.
My favorite dinosaur is the T-Rex, which sounds kind of cliche, except that chickens are actually descended directly from T-Rex.
Which is cool.
So, and I love chickens, so that makes T-Rex it's like a giant chicken, right, with no feathers.
Which is neat.
Well, mine is actually, I don't remember the name of it right now, but it's it looks like a miniature T-Rex. So 23 inches. And it's sorry, we've got cows trying to get snacks from us right now.
Wonderful. Oh, hello there.
But yeah, this little dinosaur will not eat me. So it's small, miniature, and it looks like a T-Rex also. So
almost sounds like a Micropachycephalosaurus.
Not
quite.
That is a mouthful. Yeah.
It's a little one, but I don't remember what it looks like though. According to like the skeleton is similar, I think. I don't know.
I think it's something Nana.
Starts with a W or something.
Wananosaurus? No.
Wanana. I don't know.
It was something fun like that though.
That's fun. Well, I will take a look. The next time I'm at the Dinosaur Museum, I will take a look.
Awesome.
We're only a day's drive away from the really, really good Dinosaur Museum in Drumheller, so.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a destination.
We'll have to look into
all the COVID is done.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Nice little road trip. We love road trips, so.
Definitely. So you're outside. Who all is with you tonight?
Oh boy.
Who is right here? Okay.
Everybody's with us right now.
Now they're all running away. They don't want to talk.
Elsa. Memphis.
That's Memphis.
Come here, buddy.
So this is Memphis.
Come here.
Oh, what a cutie.
He's about a year old. That actually trying to eat something off the ground in the back is Elsa. That's his sister. That's his full blood sister back there. Everybody's eating and now they're trying to find whatever's left. Over here, this is Merida, and she's terrified of everything. Yep, off she goes. And then you've got the whole rest of some of the herd there. That's Paul, and that's Flo.
Say hi, Flo. Come on.
So as you can see, some of those cows are bigger. Those are full-size cows. Those are not ours. Most of the miniatures are ours. And that's kind of our thing, I guess, is miniature animals in general, but mostly miniature cows.
That's pretty fun. So what made you decide to go with miniature cows?
I guess that was more you.
Well, Devyn has a little bit of an obsession with cows. So when we first got together, his mom told me how much he liked cows. So, wanting to impress his mom, I went and bought him a cow. Bought him a little, actually I bought him 2 cows. I don't know if you remember the movie City Slickers.
Vaguely, yeah.
But in that movie, the lead helped a cow with birthing. So that little cow's name was Norman, and the bull that I gave Devyn, his name was Norman too. So okay, Memphis. But That's what started it, I think, with the cows.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just kind of,
All right,
just kind of grew out of, I don't know, it, like on our website, it talks about, it all started with a duck, and that was something of a fluke, I guess, that really just started us on this road. We learned to love ducks, and then we learned to not like ducks so much because they're a horrible mess. But then that got us raising poultry, and then a cow here, a cow there, cows everywhere. But it really is a passion, and it's just been it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to be able to do what we're doing and raise these animals.
Absolutely wonderful. So, you are both military veterans, am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Are you willing to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. I don't have very many intense questions. What's the most interesting place you've been to in your service career?
Well, I actually deployed to Iraq back in 2008. Oh, that's close. And I would say obviously that was pretty interesting. A little bit interesting.
Uh-huh.
And besides the in-state deployments, I think that was probably I would definitely go back. It sounds a little odd, but I really liked it. It was the excitement, I guess, of it all. Excitement.
That's good to hear.
I didn't deploy downrange, so I guess Germany would be the most fun, the most interesting place I went. Especially, I'm like a huge history buff, so going there and being able to see, it's amazing for people that have never been to Europe or places like that. How old you don't realize how old the world is.
So true.
So it's crazy to see things that are like, oh, this is from the 5th century or something. And you're like, oh, okay, that's indescribably old. Yeah,
Yes.
I think that was probably the best by far.
Okay. What would you both say is the most foundationally important thing you learned from your service career from being in the military?
Foundationally.
Good questions, by the way.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
a top interviewer.
Use big words.
No, what's something that impacted you that's a core part of who you are now?
Honestly, I think it's just that urge to give back or to do for others.
Yep.
I think that's something that not everybody ends up with, but I think in experience with a lot of our friends that are veterans and family and that, I feel like a lot of veterans have that urge to do for others or to do, give up for themselves for other people, and not just in the way that the military has you do that, but, just finding ways to do good things for people.
I think with both of us, it kind of taught us how to overcome our fears and just kind of go for things.
Yep.
You go along and you just you have to teach yourself not to be afraid. And I think with having kids now, that really helped us to just kids are terrifying.
Yes, they are.
But it really it's helped us build them into good people, better than what we were when we first started, I think. And I think it helps us a lot now with this whole project that we're doing, and then also with the Uplift. It's just, it can be pretty scary starting something new, and sometimes you just have to let go of the fear.
This is certainly true. And letting go of fear is huge, especially when you're dealing with places that only exist in the internet.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So yeah. So your website said that your ranch began when you adopted a stray duckling, and how did you end up with the rest of your animals?
The addiction of having animals, I think.
Yeah. Birds are a gateway animal, I guess. Honestly, it was, I think part of it initially was the ability to have, basically raise your own food. Knowing, hey, I fed these animals and they gave me eggs. And it's also a really good learning experience for our kids to understand how taking care of dogs and cats is one thing. Clean a cat box, or I feed them, give them water and that sort of thing. But with livestock and poultry and that sort of thing, you a lot of times are the vet. And you have to be the one that figures out, okay, what's wrong with it? How do I fix it? And especially like here in California, if I need medicine, I've either got to call a vet or I've got to figure out how far is it to Arizona to buy medicine.
That's quite something. So it can be difficult to get medication?
Antibiotics in California require a prescription, but I can drive 3 hours that way, 3 hours east, and be in Arizona and buy it.
Really?
So, yeah, it's it's probably because people overuse them.
Yeah.
We try to minimize using them, but there are cases where you need it.
Right.
So yeah, it's either you pay a whole lot of money to have a vet come out and tell you something you already know, or you go buy the medicine.
Yeah, it's just one of those things too that you also with any type of animal you have, you've got to learn what's the best for them. If you have to fix them, sometimes you have to do it yourself. You have to figure it out. And again, with this program that we have developed, it's we have to teach ourselves so that we can teach others how to help their animals, how to help themselves. So it's all a learning process. And again, the fear is big, but if you're willing to learn, there's always somebody there to teach you.
I'm glad to hear it. So you have miniature horses, miniature cows, and I saw some videos of chicks hatching.
Oh yeah.
What else do you have going on? What other animals do you have?
We have a couple pigs, kuni pigs, which come out of New Zealand. And what else do we have? Goats, sheep.
Mm-hmm.
We have full-size horses as well. So we kind of run the gamut, I guess. But by far, the chickens and the cows are the largest portion of the ranch.
Okay.
Those are just a hobby.
Yeah. So you mentioned there were some bigger cows over there, but are all of your animals fun sized, or are some of them bigger, some of them smaller? Just depends on.
Well, most of the chickens are not. I mean, they're fun size because that's just how big they are. But most of them are full size. Like I said, we do have the two full size horses. But
the kunis
the kunis are full size, but they're also fun size. So I mean, for the most part, they're mostly small, and part of that was with the program, you're introducing people that may potentially have never dealt with animals at all, livestock at all, and it's a heck of a lot easier to learn on something that is 35 to 40 inches tall.
Yeah.
Than something like back there that's as tall as I am.
Yeah, I was kind of startled the first time I saw a cow up close. I had no idea they were that big.
Yeah, people don't realize how big they are. Like they get very, very big, and these ones are strong. They're strong for sure. They can hurt you. They can put a hurt on you, but nothing like those big girls back there.
I believe it.
Yes.
Nosy also.
So, did either of you have much in the way of ranching experience when you got started, or did you just get started?
Well, as a kid, I was growing up in a regular city, but my parents did have, I guess you could call it a ranch, but we did have animals growing up, turkeys, and I remember having, I think they had a llama once. my dad was always picking up some sort of a strange pet and bringing it home. So, you know, turkeys, ponies. I remember having a couple pigs and chickens, all that sort of thing. But I think I was probably the only one of my siblings that took an interest in it. So
Okay.
it was more fun as a kid than work or anything else. So
Yeah.
oh,
We're gonna run out of light, so we're gonna walk and talk.
Yeah, that sounds good. So what about you, Devyn? Did you have any ranching experience?
Oh, zero. I grew up in Orange County, California, and spent a lot of time at the beach. I did actually have a potbelly pig when I was a kid that I taught how to use a cat box, but that's about as close as I got to ranching as a child.
Yeah.
But yeah, my sister had a horse, but beyond that, I had zero experience. It's a lot of this when we started taking care of them was picking friends' brains. We live in a city that that allows a lot of livestock, so that's helpful because you have people around that kind of know what they're doing. And then beyond that, YouTube and Google are very good resources for things.
Yes, they do tend to be. Here. What would you say is the most important thing that you have learned from running a ranch?
Oh, man, you know, there's a lot of lessons to be learned
on the daily.
On the daily, yeah. I mean, I guess compassion and, you know, I mean, just understanding that sometimes that compassion comes down to you having to put an animal out of its misery. But you know, it's a hard life. It's you have to learn how to kind of compartmentalize, I guess, which is something that I guess the military teaches you too. But yeah, it's you got to get used to things going south. And like I said, sometimes you got to be the vet, and sometimes things just don't work out. So you love the ones as long as you can. And I think, honestly, it's been a really great learning experience for our kids, because not only are they learning how to take care of animals, but they're learning the importance of life. They're learning that, you know, even these animals that are going to be for food or that sort of thing, that their life is just as important as you know, anything else. And so, you know, we always kind of emphasize that those are the more important ones, that those are the ones we have to treat better because they're giving up everything for us.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, pretty much summed it up right there.
You're all in agreement and all that. Okay. So you work with veterans on your ranch. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, as I've mentioned a few times, our program that we started is to help veterans like ourselves kind of cope with any stresses, or if they just want to learn how to run a ranch on their own, not really have to depend on anybody else for food or for the care of their animals, or just to kind of get away and find themselves again. We are going to be moving up to Arizona to a 74-acre ranch that we're preparing right now, where we're going to take all of our animals, and we'll invite some veterans up there. Whoever wants to go up there, we'll ask them, you know, why they want to learn how to do this sort of thing, and what really brought them to us, how they found us, and you know, some questions there, and then figure out what they really need. And either they can stay there and train for a few weeks, or they can stay with us and help us run a program that will help. I don't want to say rehabilitate, but it's kind of like that. I mean, just training a person's mind to, I guess, relax or find themselves, or maybe help them just reconnect with society again. It's for me, it was the relaxation of my horse. After what I think I had my last horse when I was maybe 10. Then I deployed and came back and waited about 10 more years, and then I found Goldie at an auction, and at that time I was, pretty stressed out. I had to see the VA a lot and go to counseling and all this sort of stuff, and then after I found Goldie, it kind of, she helped me more than anything else. So, relaxing with an animal is the best kind of counseling I think I had found. So I wanted to be able to give that back. And maybe that could help somebody else, and I'm obviously we're not going to charge for that sort of a thing, because that brought us peace. Why would we hold that back from anybody else?
Exactly.
Okay.
Is the ranch officially a charity, or is it just something that you're running, or how are you working that aspect of it?
It is. We are a 501c3.
Okay.
And we can accept, what is it? Tax deductible donations now. We actually just got the paperwork from the government saying that we're official. So we are a charity. We don't really push right now. We don't really push for donations. Everything we're doing is kind of coming out of our pockets. It's really a labor of love, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're not keen on asking for handouts. That's not really who we are. So I guess that's a hard one to that's a hard thing to broach, where you don't like to ask for handouts, but you might have people that want to
be a part of it.
Yeah, that want to be a part of it, or want to give to that. And honestly, I think part of why we went with the 501c3 is that we want to make sure that as much of that money that people, if they decide they want to give, goes to the program rather than the government taxing us and taking it away. So we want to make sure that any funds that come in, that we are able to push that straight into the program, or whatever else. So
that completely makes sense. If anyone does want to contact you, what's the best way to do that?
Probably, well, I guess any of our social medias.
Okay.
Or I also live in the Uplift Telegram. You might have noticed me once or twice. But yeah, any of the social medias, she's really good with that kind of stuff. She's always on there trying to respond, answer questions, and everything else. So,
okay. So that's the Facebook page. So that's an easy way to get in touch with you. If anyone has questions, if they're interested, if they want to be helpful, any of those sorts of things. Tell me then a little bit about the Uplift. What is the Uplift to you?
Well, I thought about that question, and I would say it's opportunity.
Yeah,
it's opportunity for us to not only get our ranch's name out there, but also to help people that we wouldn't necessarily reach. It's opportunity for us to be able to teach not only everything that's going on new with the Uplift, but everything that's going on new with our program. So it's honestly, the Uplift has been just a blessing in itself, meeting everybody, that I've never met before, and may not ever, because they live in different countries,
Yep.
But I think the Uplift is definitely a blessing.
I would generally agree. So then, for everybody who's wondering, who are you to the Uplift? What's your role? What do you do? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be?
Oh, well, my role, I am the one who's helping to make sure that everybody can contact anybody that they want in the Uplift. I'm putting together a directory, and I'll be teaching how to put that directory to work for us, so we can just kind of save time. Who do I want to be? I want to be whatever I can be to help.
That sounds good.
So I
Excellent.
had somebody bringing me ice cream made fresh from a cow.
I'm
He
not
gets all the
jealous.
treats, so.
I'm a little envious there, but so Devyn, what is the Uplift to you?
Ooh, how much time you got?
Oh, forever.
Oh, man, it's I don't even know. Like geez, it's like life changing. And that sounds weird, I guess, because a lot of people when they come into the Telegram or into the groups and they talk, they're like, "Oh, it's Minecraft." And it's like, "Yeah, it is Minecraft, but it's so far that's such a like a surface level understanding of what's going on there."
Mhm.
And just the attitudes that Corey shows and Greg when people aren't asking the same question repeatedly. And Jimmy, I like me and Jimmy's like my spirit animal. But no, like just the attitudes and the just the positivity that exists in that group is like I said, it's life changing. It's absolutely changed the way that I act. It has changed the way that I think, and it really pushes me to try to be better every day. To live up to that gratitude, the idea of gratitude and the win-win-win, and I think that's really why it spoke so deeply to me early on because of what we're doing. We're trying to have this ranch that we can live on, and be able to raise our own animals and have these animals that we love, but also to give back to our fellow veterans and say, hey, look, you want to learn about this? We want to teach you. We want to give you something that maybe can help heal your soul, and I think just
The Uplift is really just the same. Everybody's been so helpful, very giving of their time, and so willing to be open.
yeah, and it's so rare for you to hear no. Like,
oh yeah,
hey man, can you help me with this? It's so rare, and that's I think what Raw, you were speaking with Raw a week or two ago, and I think that's really what really drew us in was just that positive attitude and just everyone being like, hey, let's help. And so he and I were like, hey, let's help. Let's help the new people that are coming in because we got helped, and we were in there when it was like 150 people in the Telegram. So it's just, and everything that's going on with us right now, I mean, not with the ranch, but everything in that space is all come out of just the positivity that we received when we entered that space.
Yep. That makes sense. And who are you to the Uplift? What's your role?
Oh, what is my role? I'm the new guidance counselor, I guess. No, I spend a lot of time in the Telegram trying to help people, trying to answer questions, whatever questions I can, and then just doing handouts, trying to spread that gratitude, trying to, really just be there to answer questions or to help people with what they need right now. And then, there's other projects obviously that we're working on besides that. But yeah, I mean, for the most part in the Uplift ecosystem, I'm the part of the help desk, I guess.
Okay, that's good to know. And let's delve a little deeper here. Who is Martian Bullshipples and how did you meet him?
Oh goodness, I met him actually through my brother Raul and through Devyn. I'm not really one for video games, so
Yep.
I wasn't too into it in the beginning when I started hearing about we're gonna be building and you should, check it out. And it wasn't really catching my, attention, but they kind of pulled me into conversation, and Martian Bullshibbles was there, which I thought was a great name. So I said, hey, how are you? And he just kind of let it all out and invited me into the crew, and here I am. But he's a great person, definitely a good person to know, and very, very helpful.
Excellent. What about you, Devyn? How did you meet him?
Well, in the Telegram, I suppose. But I got pulled into the team along with Rawl and Cowie before he got pulled over by Corey to, kind of help out with things that Marty's working on. Super cool stuff. And who is Martian Bullshibbles? He and Corey combined, like Captain Planet, are, they're James Halliday from Ready Player One. That's the way that I see those two. They take on different personas or different versions of him, but I think they both have that feeling of, they're trying to build something amazing that is just going to blow people's minds. Like,
oh yeah,
we're so like early on in what's going on, and I think he's like a visionary. He's coming up with these ideas and things to do, and just constantly trying to keep people busy and coming back and being wowed all the time. So he's, like I said, he's the other half of the James Halliday Captain Planet.
Good answer, by the way.
That's a good comparison. So what is so important about the Uplift that you're willing to spend your spare time here? I mean, you have a busy ranch, you have a family. What's the draw?
I think honestly, it's just the same answer as earlier. It's just everybody that's so help. You want to. It pulls you in. It makes you happy. It's man. There isn't a real.
It's top down. It's the community. Top down, it's community.
Yeah.
And even with M Blue popping in every so often and saying, "Hey guys, what's up?" And you don't see that stuff in most any other project. You do a little bit more in this space, but in big projects like this, you don't usually see or get a chance to talk to or pick the brain of people that are really deeply involved in it. And I think it's really, it's the community that keeps us coming back and wanting more and wanting to interact and help and do what we can to, like I said, it's just to help.
I find it incredible that everybody I ask seems to say almost identical things. So there's something to that for sure. It's a thing. If you could make a really big mess with no repercussions, no budget, no responsibility, no cleanup, what would you do and why?
Oh,
this question.
Oh man, this is probably the hardest question ever.
It is.
It really is. Oh shoot. I think it would have to be just
cow poop.
No. Yeah, tons of mini cows everywhere for us to play with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal a little bit of Cowie's answer because I think whatever we did, it would have to be done with our kids, because making a mess that you don't have to clean up would be exponentially more fun with your kids.
Definitely.
I was talking to Rawl about that, and I said I would love to make a mess with billions of dollars that aren't mine, and to allow people in that needed it to clean it up.
Ooh,
once we made dollar angels or whatever else we did, utilize that mess to make other people's lives better.
I love it. So is there anything that either of you can tell me about Shippeltopia? People are asking all these questions, and every once in a while there's a something in some emojis.
That's
There's so
huge.
much stuff I want to say.
Any
Yeah.
little tiny dribbles of anything?
Okay, so Shippeltopia is going to be an event center. It's I'm trying to think of what I'm allowed to say. It's going to be an event center. There's going to be a weekly club where they're going to have live entertainment. You know, potentially multiple bands where you can go to one band and listen to them and then be like, oh, I want to check out what those guys are doing. Let's go see what they sound like. You know, sometime during midweek, there's going to be a minecart race where people will be able to win NFTs and win, you know, crypto and, you know, just all kinds of fun events. And there's also very massive things that are going to be happening in that space and all across, not just Chicken Caw where it's located, but across the Uplift in general, that is going to keep people. You're going to want to be in Chicken Caw and you're going to want to be in Shippeltopia for sure.
I agree, but I'm biased, so that that's certainly a thing too. The Chicken Caw Rail and Land Auction is starting on the 10th of May. Yeah, that was going to be the next question. Do you think that having Shippeltopia in Chicken Caw and having the Chicken Caw group that it's kind of managing the area involved in the Shippel Foundation, do you think that that'll affect land prices in the area?
I think it should. Because again, there's a lot of stuff people don't understand, and I think the people that buy in, and if they get in cheap, the people that didn't buy are going to have the biggest FOMO on the planet. Because just, you know, Shippeltopia is going to be amazing. There's going to be so much stuff going on there all the time. But Chicken Caw has so much crazy stuff. Just I don't know what I'm allowed to say that's going on in Chicken Caw, but there is so much cool stuff.
Well, aside from not being able to say much about Shippeltopia, I think everything else has been out in the open. We were looking at video, and there'll be it was announced today, there's going to be another sort of server test, so everybody can come in and take a look around and see what's there.
There's an animated wall, at least one. Yes. Like that's amazing. When I saw that, I was like, how is that even a thing? There's so much cool stuff to see. You know, and then Shippeltopia is just, you know, the cherry on top with events and music and whatever else, you know, comes up out of Marty's head, you know. So yeah, it should absolutely raise the prices in Chicken Caw.
I hope so, but I mean it's going to be really nice, and having Shippeltopia there can only help. It's definitely going to be a draw.
Yes.
Who do you want to meet in Shippeltopia and why?
Who do I want to meet? Everyone. I want to meet everyone that comes to Shippeltopia, because the only thing that's more exciting about the idea of the Uplift 2 is being able to see real facial expressions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the faces of people when they see what's going on in Shippeltopia, what we are doing there, what's being built there, the events and the race and all these other neat little, you know, Easter eggs that are going on, you know, and just again, I know what my face looked like when I was looking at stuff inside Chicken Caw. I know what my face looked like when I was looking at Shippeltopia, and it was just outlined, and I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be so cool." So, yeah, I mean, I just want to meet everyone. I really would. This community. I just want to meet everyone. I want to know everyone.
Everybody seems super, super cool. I think it's just, and like you, we're meeting you for the first time here, but there's not anything like, you know, being there and meeting everybody,
right,
and seeing them, and it would be pretty awesome.
Quite something. So you mentioned the Uplift World too. Are you thinking virtual reality?
Well, that's the hint, right? That's what
Mhm.
that's what they've been talking about forever. Yeah, you know, that Ready Player One Oasis experience.
Yeah.
You know, but where you can really, you know, when we're off Minecraft and we're all just there doing our thing, you know, just having a good time. And hey, you can hug in game then.
Yep.
There's no 6-foot restriction or whatever.
That's true. I hadn't even thought about that. That'll be different for sure.
Yeah.
So, what are you grateful for in closing?
Opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, God, who's really put this in our lives, who put all of you, you know, at our fingertips, and we're able to help create something really life-changing. And obviously the family who's, you know, putting up with us, and you know, and all these Facebook posts and all this kind of stuff that we're trying to get everybody excited about something so new and something that seems so unreal,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm gonna ditto her, but also I will say that I am incredibly grateful for a wife that supports even things that sound crazy. I don't know who she is either.
Oh wow.
But no,
Yeah.
you know, when Raul and I jumped into this and we were like, man, this community is so awesome, and this and that and this and this, and this is gonna be great. You know, she could have said, I don't get it, and I don't want you doing it, and you know, keep that money in your wallet. And instead, she said, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what you know. Let's see what it is. And then as you know, it really grew into something. You know, it was, you know, she came aboard, and that's something that genuinely surprised me.
It's honestly something that's made him so happy. So why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? He's gotten so much more close to my brother, and you know, obviously we're both close to our kids, but you know, it's pulled the kids into doing you know, playing games with us and teaching us how to play games, you know, like Minecraft. And it's yeah, I would definitely do it all over again, because he's happy. He's happy to be able to do something that's helping himself, us, and other people. So yeah,
It's that win-win-win.
Win-win-win.
It really is. It really, really is. I'm grateful for a lot of the same things. My husband has been supportive from day one, and he's working his way in and finding his own place. And the kids are awesome, of course. They're rolling with everything. But even my mom said, you know, good, you're doing the thing, not, oh, you're crazy, you're quitting your day job. No. So, it's been so much positivity, and there's nothing better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it feels like, as you know, the positivity flows out of the community into us, it just kind of goes out everywhere, you know, that even without trying, that attitude just kind of spreads.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I feel like I got to know you a little better, and you're both wonderful, so that's nice and easy. It'll be good to see you around in the Telegram.
Absolutely.
And Jen's awesome show will return as soon as I can find someone else to interview. I actually don't have anybody else scheduled. So if anyone would love to be interviewed, and I do mean anyone, find me on Telegram at Jen's Awesome Show, or you can search for hashtag Jen's Awesome Show on Twitter, and I'm the only one who comes up. Go figure. And send me a message. And on that fun note, thanks for joining me, and good night.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.